Hello, I am Addison, and this is Cannabis ClipNotes presented by Sara Salazar. Sara is the founder of BrandRave Marketing, a woman and minority owned creative branding agency based in Las Vegas that helps businesses bring their brand to life through curated promotional products, intentional design, and creative brand solutions. She brings nearly 2 decades of experience in sales, marketing, and project management with a career spanning cannabis, gaming, manufacturing, higher education, and professional services. Sara has worked with dispensaries, ancillary providers, casinos, and startups, helping them build trust, create impactful experiences, and strengthen their brand presence. Before launching Brand Rave in 2023, Sara managed client programs and production teams for large scale merchandise initiatives, earning a reputation for reliability, creativity, problem solving under pressure. She studied business administration at the University of California, Riverside, where she built the foundation of her career in client relations and brand development. She founded Brand Rave with the belief that branding should feel intentional, collaborative, and people focused. Today, she blends creative vision with operational expertise to deliver more than professional products, offering businesses thoughtful solutions that makes their brand stand out across every touch point. Sara, thank you for doing this 4-part series. So let's start out with why you feel that legitimacy matters in the cannabis industry.
Well, thank you, Addison, first for having me here on the Clip Notes. And like you said, this will be a 4-part series. And we're starting off with why legitimacy matters in cannabis. And first, let's talk about stigma. Stigma around cannabis has not disappeared. It has simply evolved. Older generations, conservative consumers and communities, I'm sorry, not consumers, communities, and even some investors still carry doubt. That is why legitimacy is not optional in this industry. It's pretty much survival. Let's see. So nearly 3 out of 4 consumers say they trust licensed cannabis. They trust that licensed cannabis products are safe. Yet, I still hear this. This is a very common statement. Many businesses are struggling to be profitable. The confidence between consumer confidence, or the gap between consumer confidence and business outcomes shows us something important, which is credibility signals matter at every level. Um, so for large MSOs, credibility might look like something like an exchange uplisting. And for startups, social equity, license holders, and women-led businesses, credibility is often proven in smaller ways, such as consistency, professionalism, and proof that you're here to stay. And this is where branded merch comes in. So, many of us that work in the industry, we're very familiar with going to trade shows, whether it's MJ Biz, NECAN, MJ Unpack, all the big ones. And the majority of people that I see, they're walking around. You're walking around with your swag bags, you're walking around with the giveaways, anything that's logo branded. You have hats, you have drinkware, you have pens, your everyday items that you can pick up. But you may see this as just the swag, as the cool stuff you can get, at a trade show, but technically this is merch and it's a handshake. It's proof that your brand is real, consistent, and again, here to stay. But there are some bullet points that we need to address, which is consistent branding. Physical, you got to use this as physical proof of professionalism and legitimacy. And what do I mean by physical proof of professionalism? You and I talked about trade shows. That was kind of our focal point earlier, where you attend some of these trade shows and they have trade show booths that They look very homemade. And again, right now the big push is finding investors in the industry. And so just kind of keep that in mind when you're using merch, when you're setting up your booths, when you're, setting out your table covers, anything that you can think of that's logoed, that carries your brand, is just think of it that way. Is this something that I would like my investor to see? Is this something that I want my consumer to see? Is this something that I feel proud of having out there? So again, just keep that in mind. Merch is a handshake. It's almost your first handshake, with anyone in the industry. So it's, think of it not just as a giveaway. It's it's a tangible way to present yourself. And so in this series, we're going to walk you step by step on how to show professionalism in your first impression, and how to tell your story through merch, and finally how to put it into action with the checklist and real numbers. It'll be a series, 4-video series, and each one will show you a little bit more about the merch world and what it is like to be, or to have, a cohesive brand.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And Sarah's Cannabis Clip Notes series will be available every Wednesday in October. And then you can also view it on the Women's Cannabis Chamber of Commerce website, on YouTube, and all our social media. So again, thank you so